There is definitely something charming about the OG. Never really understood why G was the second letter in that.
OG stands for Original Gangsta, so... If I may sound like a complete white person for a second. All right, I think we've got readies from both players. The second game, the winner will go to semifinal Sunday and face Floyd 1977.
And we have another medium versus high matchup.
And Leviticus off. It doesn't look like he started his timer or waiting on a timer.
Yeah, I don't like Leviticus's board, and it's not his fault. It's just kind of a gross board at the moment. JohnNash4th, lots of like sort of equally high stuff and lots of different colors, which is in sharp contrast to Leviticus's situation, where there were lots of canyons and pretty much all red. Looks like he's clearing up a lot of that problem now, but he has managed to turn that into a bit of a lead, actually. So it could be that my judgments are not reflecting what's actually good in this game.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Right now, it's 18-12. John Nash has a bit of a precarious situation up in rows 5 through 7 with that cluster kind of focused on the center of his board. He's going to have to address that at some point.
Yeah, he has produced a little bit of garbage there, and painful.
That's a tough situation. He may be forced to have to clear that horizontally or underneath. Looks like he's just going to take that double out in column 7 and just try to work around it.
One strategy I'd like to see is using blue-reds to clear the red horizontally so that you have space to clear the blue from underneath later.
Yeah, that stack in 6 may really be the definition of this match. That's so hard to recover from.
Yep.
And Leviticus is already partway through 9. He was there at about, I'll say, a minute 23. But we don't have Leviticus's timer up at the moment, so we can't really confirm.
And Leviticus is trying to deal with a little bit of blue garbage that's arisen because there's not a lot of blue viruses accessible on his board.
Yeah, he's got a big problem. Really, he's going to be forced to go left to right, and he's going to be running out of blues to play here real soon. Meanwhile, John Nash looking for a good recovery, just a couple of reds, and he'll be out, but he's going to be out at about 221. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. It is currently a 26 virus advantage.
Yeah, Leviticus's board was just set up so perfectly to get lots of really, really efficient clears. So that's, I think that's really showing here. He's done a great job of advantages, and he's just really opened up an enormous lead as a result.
Yeah, it's 29-4. The thing is, Leviticus is a streaky player. If he gets going, he is incredibly difficult to slow down. He just plays with so much momentum, but I've seen it before. If he makes a misdrop or two, he starts to falter.
Yeah, yep. I mean, tilting is definitely a thing in...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Don Quixote and trying to eliminate windmills.
Nice save. Right now it's 19 viruses to go on 9 for John Nash. Leviticus with 3 dozen to go. Committing to a horizontal clear. I guess that's a good move. A little bit of garbage to play with, but he's finding tuck clears to keep him going.
Yeah, he's definitely maintaining a very nice looking. Meanwhile, John Nash just struggling to get the last few blues that he needs to open up his board for the end game.
He is having a bit of a rough end game, but I think he's going to make the smart play, go for the vertical on this yellow, opening up all those reds. So he as long as he gets reds, he's in a good situation here at about 411.
He does have access to all his viruses now, so that's a big difference.
4:24 on John Nash's clock, and again, we don't know if Leviticus. Oh, there's Leviticus.
Oh, it looks like we're getting Leviticus's timer set up here.
So Leviticus at a 4:41, a 4:38 for John Nash. It is still about a 20. It's a 28 virus lead now. 27 virus lead. It looks like this one's well in hand for Leviticus. I think that hiccup on 8 really is what slowed down John Nash ultimately here.
Yep. The first little bit matters a lot.
And if you have the time to have a dual puzzle game experience, one of our regulars, Packy, our last month's champion, is currently playing in the silver bracket of Classic Tetris World Championship as Leviticus is out at 5:23 on 10. So Packy more than likely will be seeing his second round match tomorrow versus Sarah Sparkle.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to watch Packy play, so that'll be a fun game to look forward to. But on the board here, it looks like John Nash has set himself up into a very vertical-looking board, and I don't like all the height differences he's got. So he's going to be dealing with some fall time as he some of this excess red and yellow that he has. Meanwhile, Leviticus already into the next level and just a couple viruses away from lapping, actually.
Yeah, Leviticus really, John Nash really at this point trying not to get lapped. It is down to 11 viruses for John Nash, 20 on 11 for Leviticus here, as Leviticus just playing at a blazing pace right now, at a 6:38 with 14 viruses to go. Meanwhile, John Nash is in single digits. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it looks like he's committing to horizontal on these yellows, which looks like it might be a little tricky to set up carefully.
He's dependent on just a double yellow, which is a bit dangerous of a decision. But it looks like instead he's going to drop down. He's down to 3. Leviticus down to 7.
And he's gonna have a heck of a time clearing out the last piece of blue just so he can get access to his red virus.
It looks like he's got to clear it either way, but a 7:23 for Leviticus. That's going to seal up game number 1 for John Nash.
What a great run by Leviticus.
That 7:23, by the way, is the second best time ever. So Leviticus really starting to show himself as one of the best players in this tournament.
Oh my goodness.
Over the past couple of months. A real rough go of it for John Nash, but I think with that one mistake, he's got to just get it out of his head. It's a fresh slate. All he's got to do is win 2 in a row.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Leviticus, although I'm ahead, I'm still sweating a little bit because you just can't put up record-breaking times every single time, you know?
Exactly. While it's definitely helpful, one or two misplays in the second game, and we could be looking at a game 3.
Definitely.
Both players readied up. Following this will be Dimwit versus Dars in, I believe, their third matchup.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sweating. Dars always looks very solid, and I think last time we played, our games were very, very close.
Dars is a very, very good player, and he's struggled the past few months, but we're seeing him storm back. But let's talk about the current match. Game number 2, Leviticus versus John Nash. And early on, I like the board of John Nash just a little bit better.
I do too, yeah. He has just a few more options, and not like everything blue. But it looks like Leviticus going to be opening up a couple of his yellow pieces, so that gives him some options. And meanwhile, John Nash has almost run out of his color diversity, so things are evening up a little bit here.
He's also forcing a red in column 4. The unfortunate thing is he's just forced himself on red-blue there unless he gets the one red-yellow. But he's going to get it there. Maintaining pace right now with Leviticus is John Nash started just a couple of seconds later. So as far as the clock goes, John Nash in the lead by a touch.
Yeah.
And it looks like the color diversity opened back up just a little bit for John Nash. That blue virus very high up in 6. I think that if I'm John Nash, it's probably the last thing I'm clearing.
Definitely waiting for last on that one. And I love the rest of his board as well. It's very open, very easy to use almost any pill here. The one thing that's a little bit troubling is the red and right. But we'll see. I'm sure that he's going to make it a priority to clear the blue that's above it. It looks like he's going to commit to clearing that horizontally, which I think is a really, really...
I think he's eyeballing, he might have been eyeballing a cross clear. Ooh, that's going to eat up some time. As Leviticus out at 155, that means that John Nash really has to start getting what he needs, and he's out at a 159, so these players neck and neck going into the second stage.
Super close.
And again, I think the opening board is in favor of John Nash. Just a whole bunch of double opportunities, some diversity if he really makes some smart plays that he can maintain. And it's a pretty good distribution of viruses no matter where he plays.
Yeah. He's also got a lot of space to maneuver, and he's been maintaining that property, so that's exciting to see. Meanwhile, Leviticus has been opening up space to move with his horizontal and under clears.
John Nash just trying to clear some stuff out on his left side. I think that's a good play. He could cascade down a quad clear if he really is eyeballing it. And I think he's just decided that the single clear is fine. And a good tuck play, kind of opening up a whole bunch of opportunities for that cluster of yellows in column 5 and 6.
Yeah, I like that.
Leviticus has a pretty good board state as well. A lot of drop situations, though. It's stacked pretty high in columns 4 and 5.
And I think we're going to see John Nash working on a horizontal on this. So that gives him chances to use just about any pill combo.
And he read his next pill right and played it well. He's at a 335 going into 10, maintaining a pretty sizable lead over Leviticus.
Yeah, indeed. And Leviticus's tower is pretty vertical here, so he's a little bit serialized. Luckily, he got the piece, the red-yellow piece he needed to make that serialization go away, and he'll be out at a 4 even.
John Nash doesn't have a lot of color diversity. He's forced to play garbage on his extreme side, which is always a bit of a risk because it really doesn't allow you for a lot of flexibility. But he does find a pill to clear out his garbage. And a good look at this little cross drop. That puts him at 24. He's maintaining about a 9 virus lead right now over Leviticus. But I do like Leviticus's board. If he could start getting some red, we could see a comeback here. A lot of double opportunities, and even if he starts playing things kind of in that cluster, we could see quads. We could see 5-6 packs. A lot of opportunities there in that center area.
Yeah, boy, that center. If he can break into that, there's really some crazy stuff he can do. But it is so hard to break into there. Looks like he's gonna just break in from the top. And meanwhile, he's prioritizing the right-hand side, where he has a lot more viruses stacked on top of each other vertically.
Meanwhile, John Nash has a really excellent endgame situation.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, look at that.
bit of a struggle with that yellow virus, but he's opened up that garbage, and now he's pretty much free and clear. This is one of the best end games I've seen so far out of any of our players.
Yeah, this is great. So he's going to be about 9 viruses ahead at the end of 9.
Then that's one of John Nash's strengths, is he's so good at managing his end game and maintaining a clean board. And we found Benji. Sorry about that, folks. We had a bit of a misclick. Misplays don't happen in the game necessarily. Sometimes they happen in the booth. We're back, and as it stands right now, Leviticus struggling through 10, has 3 viruses to go, which really means John Nash is free and clear.
So it looks like about an 18 virus difference at the moment.
20,
that's pretty significant.
But Leviticus is a quick, efficient player. If anybody can come back, he can. Currently, it's 26-43. John Nash just playing beautifully with minimal garbage. Great planning on his part. This is the John Nash that we've seen blossom in this tournament, where he just has these excellent plays set up 5-6 steps in advance. And we've got an update that Packy down 1-0. We are rooting for you, Packy. We have to maintain neutral and Dr. Mario in here, but as far as Tetris goes, go kick some ass, brother. Meanwhile, 29-11, John Nash, again, barring a critical misplay, has this one in hand.
It does look pretty good, especially because a lot of the stuff that Luis wants to do is blocked by blue on the top.
But he's going to get a 5 combo right there. That's a nice little thing to see.
Beautiful.
And then a tuck cross. He is at 19, but again, John Nash just, free and clear, needs 2 yellows. Now he just needs the 1, and he's putting up a good pace too at a 742, which would be in the top 5, but still anything under 8 is excellent. He has now tied this up 1-1 against Leviticus.
Well, you called it on Leviticus being a little bit bursty. I think that's pretty much what we saw here.
So it's 1-1 in this 4 versus 5. Leviticus ready. John Nash just trying to top out here and get himself reset.
And hydrating, very important. If you're following along at home, hydrate at home too.
Definitely hydrate. I can tell you that I have drank more water this week than I ever have in my life.
Helps to prevent headaches, keeps you strong, and it's an addiction, but, it's an addiction that everybody has, so it's okay.
All right, we have readies from both players. Our second round match, also going 3 games. We'll have Dimwit versus Dars coming up after this, but right now it is game 3 of Leviticus versus JohnNash4th.
Floyd indicating that he didn't realize there were different options for hydration.
There is water and water plus. Anyways, taking a quick look here, it looks like Leviticus out to an early start, and John Nash seems to be hesitating.
Yeah, I can see why. His do really great stuff on, so he's definitely trying to find places to do that, but thwarted a little bit by the stuff that the doctor is throwing at him. And that's costing him a little bit here, with Leviticus taking a lead here.
But he is setting himself up for good plays. That's one of Nash's strengths, is he will set up, little piecemeal 1 or 2 pill segments just to have something to play on. And he's trying to catch up now. It's currently 16-11, but a lightning bolt there by Leviticus. Leviticus in a situation, though, with everything scattered on left and right.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a spare going on, huh?
But he is.
But I think John Nash is a very patient player, and that's an important skill to have as well.
He is very methodical, very deliberate, and he's making something out of nothing. And he is now at single digits, but this is where Leviticus shines. And now Nash has to deal with that yellow in column 7 and almost makes a misplay, corrects himself at the last minute. And he's going to... I think that's a good call. He saw his next pill and made the smart play.
Yep.
But meanwhile, Leviticus already down to 26. And I do like John Nash's board, but it is a 16 virus advantage here in this third game.
Oof. But John Nash finding lots of places to make no-fall double clears, and that's a really, really efficient way to make progress. So, liking that. And Leviticus creating a little bit of garbage here. Perhaps misdrop.
John Nash is blue block, but he's making tucks. He's forcing plays, and now he's kind of forced to play some garbage, but now has a bit of blue, clears that blue out actually. So now he's just gonna do a garbage drop, set himself up in columns 1 and 2, and he's just making smart plays with some of this garbage.
Yeah, it's tough to it's easy to be fast with your plays when there's but when you have to make garbage, it's often not obvious at all what the right way to do that is. And what he's showing us is that you can be fast even while making decisions like that. And
he's narrowed this down to 12, and he kind of hesitates with blue yellows. It's been just yellow red heavy for him this entire round, but he's maintaining pace. It's now down to 10. Now he's down into single digits, but Leviticus out at about a 320, 328, 326,
312, I think.
But Nash now playing quickly and efficiently. He's going to be playing an absolutely strong 9, catching up, and it is only a 4 virus advantage now for Leviticus.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of crazy. I guess John Nash must have really cleared out of 9 in an efficient way.
Oh no, that's a big misdrop from John Nash.
Looks like Leviticus has been suffering a little bit from multi-plan competition here. Set up a bunch of different things and then had some of them clear away in a way that he didn't really expect to happen. So he's now got a little bit of garbage to deal with, and he's committed to some horizontals that are going to be really hard to finish because they're above giant chasms. But he is, despite that, maintaining about a 5 virus lead. So,
yeah. Although John Nash really trying to play through some of the garbage that he has on his board, and we have 25-20 as far as things go here.
Leviticus having to find ways to tuck pills underneath. It's always a little bit slower to have to do those kind of things, so that's frustrating, I'm sure. But he is hitting those just about every time. So, not seeing a lot of misdrops out of Leviticus, which helps.
And what's interesting to note, John Nash only down by single digits, and it's barely even that. It's almost a tie game, and he's going to take the lead here with this combo drop.
How about that?
Ooh,
evened it back up and brought himself to the lead.
You're going to see a horizontal clear. It's 8-8. Both players have interesting endgame scenarios right now. Packy informing us that he got swept. That's unfortunate. You don't like seeing that. So we will be seeing Packy later on. We are going to let him go last just for comfort's sake, so he's not having to quickly go.
Oh man, this is really intense. Looks like John Nash is going to go for a horizontal blue to allow himself to make progress on the red as he goes.
And
so once he gets a piece of blue, he'll be out. But Leviticus out just a tiny bit sooner.
But we're going to have a sprint here. Both players on 11. Leviticus off to a very strong start, up by 5 viruses. You're going to see aggressive play from both of these players in this final round.
I guess one thing to keep in mind is that Leviticus's timer is about 4 or 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
So, it is very tense, but you have to adjust for that as well, which makes it even more tense to follow along. Oh my goodness. And
currently 31-30. This is going to be just back and forth, blow by blow. Anyone's match here. A little bit of garbage play on John Nash's side. Leviticus has a bit of a cleaner board.
One thing I noticed, though, is John Nash leaves a lot more stuff hanging above big drops than Leviticus does, or at least has for the past few moves. And sometimes that comes back to bite him.
But right now, it is a 4-virus lead for Leviticus, and I don't like this cluster in the middle of John Nash's board, especially when he's not getting the colors he needs.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with.
It is a 6-virus advantage right now for Leviticus in this final round.
Leviticus's viruses often... John Nash's just didn't in this last bit of the game. 5 viruses left for Leviticus.
Looks like this one's going to be in favor of Leviticus, but John Nash, I'm sure, has a trick or two up his sleeve as he's going to be down into single digits, and it is all blue all the time, so that could be problematic for Leviticus.
Yeah.
Down to 7-4, John Nash just looking.
7-3. 5-2.
Leviticus
down to
blues.
his last
There's
blue virus.
There's 2, and there's 3. We've got to let the timer run out, but it looks like it's not going to matter at 8:35. So by a handful of viruses, Leviticus will go on. But what an absolute banger of a last match here!
10 seconds.
Unbelievable. Well, John Nash gets eliminated, but an absolute phenomenal second-round match. Both of our second-round matches so far going 2-1. I know John Nash is frustrated, but he played a hell of a match, and that could have gone his way.
Totally.
So now